are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that. Absolutely fascinating. That's what you do. You buy these players that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up with a smile on his face.
We just want you to sit in your chair and go hip hip hooray to the Western press and the Western narrative. You dare dictate the same old every single day without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone. That was breathtaking. I can't believe it. First start, terrible. And the next performance, you know what they say, it's only a game of 2 halves, and it's been like that with Liverpool, hasn't it, for a while. I go back to the Ipswich game. I go back to the weekends of Brighton. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'll be getting shown on in a minute. I'll just say, good evening, my fellow Reds. Good evening. What happened to the Earthlings? Big up Frank Mates, Taz Reynolds. Big up Taz Mates. I'm feeling that. Taz Reynolds and Sean the Doc. Look. Saddles with us. I haven't seen his name. Oh, brilliant. And I've noticed that we're a lot better in the second half, says Edwards. You wouldn't go. I'm bringing on my fellow Reds here. And there's the old mate, Sean. Hiya, Sean.
Woo! What a game. What a game, Frank. What a game.
Do you know what? I didn't know what to think, in the first half. I was going,
yeah.
It was sideways and backwards, and like there was nothing there, was there? And
no, but sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, and Mo, I was looking at Mo, I was going, he's got to get into the game here. Look what he did. Ended up with 2 assists.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I didn't feel that they were going to do anything to us, even in the first half.
No.
Even with the disallowed goal, I just didn't. I didn't feel that we're at danger at all. I thought we played. The second half, Jones had a fantastic game. Jones really played well.
Absolutely, that ball, for was it the opener? I forget what it was now.
Yeah, Jones assisted Gapco, and then Mo with 2 assists, and then McAllister with an assist. Amazing.
It's one of those games where, let's be honest, the first half, you want to, come on, this slow build up and whatever. And then the second half, once we went on the attack, it was so quick. They were bamboozled there. They were absolutely bamboozled. And that's what we do to teams, bamboozle them. And I'm wondering, the first half, bamboozle them with terrible play. And then come out in the second half and just hit them.
They didn't know what. I mean, welcome back, Alonso. Absolutely, welcome back, Alonso. It was fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere in Anfield was amazing. The fireworks going off in the background, just the whole thing was amazing. Second half, night and day in comparison to the first half. First half was kind of boring me to tears ever so slightly. We were cancelling each other out. Passing wasn't all that great. And we just didn't really seem to hit the ground running. And we were playing up against a team that weren't playing all that well either.
Exactly. And look at Real Madrid; they got trounced, didn't they?
I know, and
by a team that we trounced.
So did Man City.
Yeah, Man City trounced.
Man City, yeah.
I'm just going to read some of these out.
Absolutely.
The Anfield Raw. Frank, drink these.
Don't know how we're going to drink all of them, Frank.
It's hard, Steve. You never walk alone. I haven't seen him for a while. Let's go, champ. Hiya, Steve. And Edward says, big up Frank and Sean now and chat. Thank you.
All right, Edward.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, mate. The Anfield Road, that was a fantastic game. I'm watching that. I have no complaints at all. I'm going to go early. We're contenders for some trophies this season. When we go up again, we're frightening. You said exactly the same what Francine, my daughter, said on field. You know, because at the weekend she said, Dad, wait till we go up a gear or two. Just wait. We'll be unstoppable. That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what she said. You don't argue with your daughter, though. I said, okay then.
You don't argue with most.
No. And as Steve says, game of 2 hours again, Frank. Absolutely. Edward, 18 GA for Seller already, and only just turned November. It's incredible. The stats of him. Diaz as the false number 9, and he got an hat-trick.
Amazing.
Incredible. Curtis Jones says the Anfield is going to be benching Szoboszlai for a while now, I'd say. I think you're right. And the Midnight says, ole, 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 and a slot. Frank, says Steve, what does Arne say to the players at half time for them to bring their game in the second? Exactly. Absolutely. And they did get smashed. Reggie, Alonso was slottinated.
I like that. Slottinated.
And just saying, I'm feeling always there, Reggie. There he is. He just got it in before you. Frank, you going to put me on time out in the live chat if I disagree with your comment?
Yeah, Steve is having a pop at AKM LFC there on Monday stream. He was put on the timeout, and I didn't see the comments, but I saw them later. And Steve, at the end of the day, if you disrespect people on the chat or disrespect the host, that's what happens. So, sorry.
Paul, right. There he is, mate. Hope you're good, says the Red G. And Paul Baker, me now, mate. Paul. Good evening, boys. Shows you what I know, crying about Diaz playing centre forward. No, we all said it. I said it. I said, what's he doing in the middle? Boy, I think the way we said it, Paul, Sean must have said it as well. We all must have said it. What's he doing in the middle? What's he bringing? And they must have thought that as well. Oh, leave him. He ends up scoring 3. I'm talking about Xabi's team. Oh, leave him. He's going to do that. And bang. Bang.
Zabi was just schooled.
Yeah. And Zaz says, Frank, same against Madrid, will be all over. I fucking hope so. And Steve says, Frank, I heard you're a troll on the podcast. Me? Oh, not really. I go, I say a couple of things, you know what I mean? But honestly, believe me, there's only a couple I comment on. And I just leave it then. And I don't say anything snidey or, I just leave a comment.
Yeah, he's leaving snide remarks about AKM LFC. That's what he's doing at the moment. So I'm ignoring it. I've said my piece, so I'll say no more on it, Frank.
And the Reggie said, Sean, I told you about him.
You did, Reggie, yeah. Thank you.
Callum, bring anyone to Anfield here, and we're not getting beat. Bring anyone to the Lions 10 now, and we will beat the unstoppable slot as took us up 11. And the Anfield Roar even got it right onto that. Reggie slaughterated.
I'm not too sure that's going to stick, but it's good slotinated.
It's a cracker. It's a cracking little thing.
We slotted that home.
Steve says, Frank, like kangaroo court going on your pod today. Steve, I haven't seen you for ages, and I'm being honest here. These are all good lads. They're just good lads, and we just say it as it is. We give opinions about the game. We give opinions about players, and that's all. And we talk about what's going to happen in the next game. That's all we talk about. That's why I said I haven't seen you for a while. You're always welcome here. Every time you're always welcome. We read your comments out like everybody else. Read the comments out.
And Frank, it's the same with AKM LFC. Unfortunately, over the last while, we've had a few people come on and kind of be a little bit insulting and kind of troll the page. So we've had to kind of be careful as to, and we know where it's actually coming from. These particular trolls. I'm not referring to Steve there, but we've had to be careful, and it's kind of annoyed us a little bit. We put a lot of effort into the shows as you do, so it's just a bit of a pain in what, and then for it to be brought up on this chat is not fair on Frank. So, I think we should just leave it. Enjoy tonight's game. Tonight was absolutely amazing. We did extremely well, and that's it. Let's not talk about what goes on in other channels because it's silly.
Okay. I'll agree with you there. And as Edward says, we owe Madrid, absolutely. We do owe them. We do owe them. And the Anfield Roar says, there must be a dilemma about Kelleher. This fella is amazing. He never makes an error. Apparently, we have a better win ratio with Kelleher than Alisson. No, it's not controversial because that's the way it turns out at games. It's not at Anfield, honestly. Oh, fucking hell. I'm just going to look. Listen, boys. Right, Paul says, "Come on, let's talk about top performance."
Exactly.
On. It's as simple as that.
Curtis Jones.
All as I wanted to listen, Steve. Look, you're welcome anytime here, honestly. But and that's it. Frank, I ain't been on your show lately. My apologies to two other commitments. Okay, that's great. What did you think about the game tonight? Was you made up? Was you made up with Diaz? I was. No, the red juice says, Frank, stop reading Steve's chat if he's being disrespectful or winding you up. That goes for anyone, but we're mainly good lads here, as you know. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and in respect to Frank and the rest of the chat, we don't want to be talking about whatever online spat you have or if you didn't agree with something that was done or whatever. At the end of the day, it's Adam's channel. Adam was disrespected on the channel, and he chooses who he has on the channel, and that's it. That's it. I'm a co-host, and we're Frank, and we're bloody delighted over tonight's game. And another thing, Scouse Republic got my T-shirt for Zoe's Place.
You get it, yeah.
Shirt.
Great.
So they are the. It's Frank's show, not Steve's show. So let's have a chat about the game. Come on, Real Madrid, bring it.
Okay, look, Colin Drake says on slot machine. Absolutely.
I like that one, Colin.
And Paul says on that Kelleher, what's happened to Allison? God knows. God knows. God knows. No, Steve, you're not being disrespectful to this channel. No, you're not. Just comment on the game, that's all. It'll be read out, mate. Honestly, it will. It'll be read out. And the Anfield says, I love the way Luis Diaz is really stepping up this season. I'm so glad he did step.
He's no choice. He's no choice. I mean, like Gapco is there playing up there, so I think
I'm just going to go on to, and I remember this weeks ago, and I remember him saying this. Just let me go down a little, and we'll start talking about this then. Let's talk about football, right? Paul Beck. Paul's a great lad, he's a mate of mine. And he says, Tsimikas put a good... He did. He was excellent. And Steve says, Frank, we spoke weeks ago and said Diaz as a false nine would be great. You did. You're absolutely spot on. I remember it, Steve. That's what you did say. And there was some disagreeing. There was some saying, well, there was even some saying, we want to get rid of Diaz, if you remember, Steve. And you're so right, and look what ours worked out. And I even said, what's he doing there? To be honest, and look how would he turn. RG fellas in me, mate. The jungle. Great second half and top. Both leagues. You can't get him. So, Sean.
Yeah.
Right. You've got, he plays well tonight. Jones played great.
I was delighted, Delighted to see Jones play well.
Can I say, they all plays well. They all just doing the job. First half, terrible sloppy passing as well. Even McAllister, he was getting caught with the ball and what. Anyway, that aside, let's put that Diaz as man of the match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I put the only reason why I was having a conversation at the start, I think was with Daryl, and Daryl said Jones. Now, Jones played extremely well, absolutely extremely well, but you can't deny Diaz man of the match. He scored 3 goals, and I thought all in all he played very well. Mo I mean, with the assists as well. He played very well too. He just didn't get the ball in the net, and that's fine. Again, he shows another reason as to why he's so important to the club and why we need to give him a contract. I don't want to be going into contracts, after a fantastic win tonight, but some great performances of players, some good improvements. Good to see Kanate back as well, and I was happy to see Kwanzaa getting on the pitch for a bit as well, just to kind of just off a bit.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that lad, his confidence must have gone. And when he came on, for the last few minutes, you actually see his little face, or big face, whatever the way you want to look at it. And you could see the delight, even running on the pitch. He felt like a giant, didn't he? So I was made up for that. Made up for that lad. And coming on. And it was.
And I mean, when the team do well, I mean that the confidence goes throughout the whole squad. Whether they get 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes, they're all in good form, and that's that's going to spur them on. And again, it's a fantastic result. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen, we can't take anything away from them. They were absolutely amazing last season. Alonso's a fantastic young manager, fantastic potential of becoming one of the greats in a couple of years, but just not quite there. Slot, the subs that he put on, incredible, So I'm thrilled.
Yeah. There's a few good comments here. I want to go through. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Edward says 4 goals each for Gakpo and Diaz in 3 games. Can't argue with that. Steve says, we said Diaz will get his mojo back after the drama with his dad and lack of confidence due to that incident. Diaz is back. Absolutely, totally agree with you there. Steve, the Anfield Road. The one thing Slot and his staff seem to do very well is changing strategies. And obviously, great half-time talks. But when we move the ball quickly, we're scary. Mo Salah must stay healthy is essential. 110% there, Anfield. I'll have to say this. I was watching some American this morning, gets up and I'm sitting there, watching, just put this channel on. I don't know who he was, put him on. And he was giving out, like, statistics. He's a Liverpool supporter, an American in America. And I thought, I think you have to bless me. You'll have to bless me, because he said Salah is 80% this season poor.
What?
And I thought, fuck off. What the fuck?
80% poor?
Yes. And I
Salah?
Thought, yeah. And
Mo Salah?
Is he a fucking, what's he watching?
Egyptian king, Mo Salah, poor.
Does he know anything about football?
Soccer.
I couldn't believe it. He's being 80% poor this season.
Oh yeah, he's only the 8th highest goal scorer in Premier League history. Do me an absolute favor. There was like hold on till I see if I can get it up on our I put it up on our group or on our page, Adam Naylor LFC. Give it a nail like, guys. Where was it now? So Salah ranking amongst all-time goal scorers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's the 8th per 90 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4 assists. The 3rd best. I mean, like, honest to God, he's breaking records everywhere. And someone says that he's poor. Like, what is he watching?
80%. He's been 80% poor this season, and
80%
I
poor.
fumed at that, and I said, does this fucking American know anything about football?
Well,
I
I'd even
don't
allow you to. I'd even allow. Well, I'm giving you a blessing there now, Frank. But I'd even allow you to troll that page or that podcast or whatever, because that's ridiculous to say that Mohamed Salah is poor.
I know, I know, but this fella's a Liverpool supporter, and I thought it could come from a different supporter from say an Arsenal supporter or a Man City supporter, but someone made a cracking comment here. Just let me try and find it, and it's about Trent actually. Yeah, there he is, the Anfield. I'll say to Trent, you want to leave this club for Madrid? Really? I hope he stays. He says. So do I.
So I hope all three of them stay, but I can't see Trent staying.
But why does he want to go to the Real Madrid? He's going to be a captain of Liverpool one day.
Maybe it's not.
Our owners put their hands in the pocket and start investing on the pitch. We can have an unstoppable team that will go on for years.
Exactly.
Like they showed on in the past. And that's all that I'm saying on the matter about fucking FSG. Pissed off seeing it, thing.
Well, I mean, Frank, I know you were on the show there on Monday. We had like an absolute fantastic stream on Monday about it, and Adam's very mild mannered. He doesn't lose the plot, but sweet mother of Jesus, he's really annoyed, obviously, but he's more animated than me about the contracts. He can't understand that we've left it down to the last 6 months, and that there's a possibility of us losing possibly 450 million of players on the free, And I know we keep going on about it, but it's I like Red Jew's comment. Mo is poor, a poor loser. That's why he's a winner. I like that.
My my granddaughter Sophia, I bought her a shirt. She loves Trent Arnold. And Francis says, she's watching the game. I said, has she got a shirt on? I hope you can see that.
Bless.
Watching the game.
That's bless. That's nice.
I was made up, and I went, that'll do me. I just hope I just want to take her to the game, with Trent. That's all she wants to wear, a Trent Arnold top.
Didn't you get you're going to the Real Madrid game, aren't you?
I don't know. One of the lads said, hopefully, we'll get some tickets for me.
Yeah.
For me.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And
I fancy our chances. Get against Real.
I fancy our chances of going right through on this.
Yeah.
Right through. Yeah. But we've got to keep the momentum up. And we've got to invest. I don't care. Honestly, if anyone, slags me off, we've still got to invest in January. We can't keep these players playing week in, week out, because they burn out, as you know. And we've got some very important positions to fill. What did you think of when Nunes came on and he made that run right down the middle? I thought he was going to miss it, but he gave a terrible ball. It was brilliant the way he did it, and a ball.
I just think that sometimes Martin was messaging me and he says he just too many passes, too many touches at the ball and he gets caught up or whatever. But I probably would have I would have started him You know, I think he needs the game time. But I mean, who am I to argue? Slack got it right.
Yeah. And Steve says, Frank, what more does Trent, Virgil, and Salah have to do to get offered new deals from these vultures called up? Haven't a clue. But I heard someone saying about how great this Hughes fella is. I think he's fucking useless myself. Simply because he's done nothing for me. He's done nothing for the club so far, and he should have sorted these out. It's up to him. He should have sorted this out.
I can't get over the media going on about Hughes, like as if he's some sort of prodigal son or something, or that he's actually. I can't get. You know, I cannot get it. I don't get it.
Don't get it myself. But I think Arnie's got a good little backroom staff of these Dutch lads behind him. Do you know what? The referee hasn't been mentioned there. And he's a great referee, McKaylee.
Mm.
He's a brilliant ref, and he's Dutch as well, funny enough. He's a first-class referee. And our refs are in this stupid country of ours. They want to take notice of him. He's a fantastic ref. And I tell you who else is a fantastic ref. Whether he's still refereeing now, I don't know. Is a catcher from Turkey, Turkish ref. He's brilliant as well. But I like that McKaylee. I was made up when I seen his face, and I went, "That'll do me. He's good, this fella." Yeah,
I think the officiating in the Premier League is so poor, so poor.
Yeah. The Anfield Raw says that K-Mac wasn't on that channel, Frank, was he? No, this fella's on his own. Anfield, he's on his own. And he was just talking about, Liverpool, and he was giving all this,
And he was saying Mo was poor.
80% poor this season.
Jesus Christ.
Just went like that. Turned him off. Fucking idiot.
How can you say? I mean, you'd want to be Stevie Wonder, and even Stevie Wonder would know that Mo was a better player. He's a great player. I mean, what the hell? 80%.
Reggie says, smash them likes, people, for our Frank, and subscribe, if not already. Oh, do you know what? I'm sure they're taking away my subscriptions, They're taking away. Fucking YouTube, I think. Because they're like that. You see them going up a little, then they come down. Unless people don't like me and unsubscribe, but I can't see that.
It's weird because we got like a few people on, and they were like Man U fans, or I'm not too sure whether they were Man U fans. One of them was a Man U fan anyway, but they're not subscribed or whatever. But the subscriptions they kind of fluctuate. I don't know whether it's I don't know. There's something up with YouTube, because Adam was looking at something there and he couldn't do something, and so you were having trouble as well. I think you were telling me. So
well, I put a comment on your channel, and did you notice what I said about free speech is gone?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. It is completely.
I said nothing. Yeah. Do you know what I did say? I'll see you soon on my pod.
Yeah.
That was it. Didn't go up.
What do you mean? I saw the.
Yeah, but it didn't go up on. Do you know the way it goes up? Like these lads, the way it's going up, and I can see them.
Okay.
It didn't go up.
Oh, that's unusual. Because I saw the comment, and I think.
But did you see me about free speech? I said free speech is gone. That's what I was getting at, because it didn't show.
Oh, okay.
I looked at above, and I looked below, And my
Right.
comments, was in the middle, but it wasn't shown.
Oh, right. That's unusual. Because there was no comment that we got rid of. Well, I mean, Frank, you're a VIP on our thing, so I don't know.
Well, Callum, I think Callum's gone past the watershed, so you're all right. I fancy us spanking City by 3 and Madrid by 2. Can you leave the spanking go, please? My
Tell
daughter's
you.
loving it.
Yeah, I'm blessing Callum at the moment. Blessing Callum. Father Shano to the rescue. Blessings and savings.
No, I want people to comment on this. Oh, there's Martin Mason.
Yeah, good old Martin.
Hello, Martin. And there's Steve says, Frank, would you offer Nunes plus cash on top of exchange for Gyökeres next year? He scores a hat-trick tonight against City. This is the problem with Darwin, to be honest. This is the problem. People are on his back. I like Darwin.
Yes. Yeah.
I like him. And, let's fucking buy him. Let's buy this lad instead of swapping him and selling players to throw the cash in. We've got money.
But Frank, you know that's not what FSG do, don't you?
I know. We've been saying it for years.
Yeah, we'll sell 2 players, put a player out on loan to get 1 player.
Exactly.
And then call it frugal business or frugal spending, which I had someone say to me there the other day, and I nearly lost me rag on them.
Look at that. I'm going to tell you about those seats next week, Frankie. Okay, mate. I haven't forgotten. You can treat me to a pie at the famous Home Baked. I want a Scouse pie, mash and gravy. You'll get more than that. You'll get more than a bloody pie.
Frank, he's just bribing you to get the watch. That's what he's doing.
And you know what? Someone asked me, they said, are you giving out a thing? I said, what's a thing? He said, a programme. With Mo Salah's thing. I said, yeah. He said, what programme is it? And I went, it's the final in Madrid.
Amazing.
And he said, oh, told me to fuck off. He said, oh, fuck off. You're not giving that away, are you? The final, have you got one? And I went, yeah. And there it is. That's for the Champions League. That's for the Champions League, there. Fantasy. So come on, lads, get thing, and that could be yours. With Mo's original signature, signed by him, not like a print or anything. I wonder if you can be able to, the way it shines. Let's see. Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, I can see it.
They shine, don't they? But anyway, that's his sig.
That's going to be amazing, that, Frank.
It is, because, it can go into the...
Put it in a frame. That's what I do. Put it in a frame.
Yeah. I just want to show you. I'll just read this out first. Steve says, Frank, Richard Hughes is the patsy for FSG. He's the fall guy. FSG not allowing Hughes to do his job. I agree and I don't agree, because these are being brought in, even Slot or Sloot, this is the right pronunciation of his name, not to buy. And Edwards was brought in to do that job specifically to save them money, for fuck's sake. Anyway,
I mean, I don't particularly think, he's not doing a great job, and yet we're all saying that he is, or not us, but like the media and journalists are all saying he is. So, like, I don't get it.
I just want to go straight through here. Yeah, there's your fantasy football. That's for the stuff for the Premiership.
Mm.
But I don't know what the I'll have to get hold of Jason. For the Champions League fantasy. And there's that's for the Premiership. That's what you can win.
That's actually live footage. That's via satellite. That's actually on my wrist as we speak.
And you can actually win this, whoever wins it. And I hope it's a Scouser, because I don't want to be flying over to Barbados or Disneyland to present it. You know what I mean?
I live in Ireland. You don't need to fly over to Disneyland. I'll come over to you.
It says it's perpetual motion. Perpetual motion. It's not one of these things that go, like, what is it? It's all straight around. Did you like that demonstration?
I did, Frank. Do you know what? I thought if anyone could sell a watch, it's Frank Carlyle. You could pretty much sell snow to the Eskimos. Because I watched 2 films there at the weekend just for Frank. 2 films.
Did you enjoy them?
I did, but I was right about knowing. I told you that it was the end of the world, and the 2 kids were captured by aliens, and then they went off to the whatever. They were rescued while all of the earth was exploded or whatever, or destroyed. So I was right about that. I remember seeing that, but it was really, really good film. And the other film, fantastic film. Nicolas Cage is amazing.
He is amazing, isn't he? He is. There's my old mate, Neil. The German champions had not lost away from home in 18 months before the 4-0 battering at the hands of our slot machine tonight. Here you go. There you go. And there's the 6 European Cups that we won.
And didn't someone say, we don't kill off a game, or, we don't score any more than 2 goals? How about 4?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And Callum, lads, the same set of players dropped off last season. Slot will be highly praised, finding new spirits and tactics.
I hope so, because we're talking an awful lot about Klopp and the team that Slot inherited.
Can you read that?
I can, but I choose not to.
That watch is long gone, Sean. When I saw Frank Starter going past me this weekend, I know it's over for me.
Oh, that's funny.
And Steve says, Frank, is any players from Xabi team you will LFC? So Frimpong was good, that lad. And I've always fancied Darren Cappy. Always fancied him. But we destroyed them.
Yeah.
We destroyed them. Yeah, and I agree with you there as well. FSG propaganda machine saying users doing a great job. Not on the ear then. Absolutely.
And been saying it for years.
It's fucking wrong. Really good. And he carries on by saying, how good was Kelleher?
Kelleher, I think, is the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League. and if not one of the top in the world. That's my opinion. And I will fight anyone that argues with me.
Yep. And this Frank gives Sean always ticker back.
Ticker as in me heart ticker, or do I need
I think
defibrillator?
it's the watch.
The watch.
Think it's it's you and the outfielder.
There you go. That's my wrist. Shaved it, especially just to you know.
Yeah, it looks like a wrist, doesn't it? And do you know what it is? It's like you know, for you put your watch around and put it, put it in a little box.
Oh, that
Because
kind
I
of
have
pillow
boxes
thing.
anyway, you know, but they just slot in. You know,
I like how you put in slot into the sentence there. Very appropriate.
Slot into the just slots right in. I think you're right there. I want to see Frank sell quality players to FSG in January. LFC there. I'd just love us to win the title. I'd love us to win. I've always, every season, ever since '77, when I seen us win, when we went to Rome and beat Borussia Dortmund. No, was it Mönchengladbach? What the fuck was it? In Rome, '77. Get mixed up with them. Anyway, when we beat them 3-1. And I've always wanted us to win the European Cup. And I've seen us win 6 of them.
Yeah.
Seen us, you know. I'd love us to win the big game. Frank, do you put Becker straight into the team when he's fit? It's not me who put him in. It's Arnie. He'll put him in. He'll put him straight in. Like
I think if Alisson is your number one, which he is, if he's fit, he'll play.
He will play. He will, because no matter what, no matter how good Kelleher is, you've got to look at him, and he's the number 2, no matter how you look at it, because Alisson is the best keeper in the world. He's the best keeper. He's an incredible keeper, and he's still fit. Well, it's not fit like at the moment, like, but yeah, he will put him back in.
I think he's over the last 2 seasons he's become injury prone, which is kind of, I think, changing his career and possibly ending it prematurely. I'm not too sure if he's going to stay on at the club for maybe in a year or 2 he'd be gone, but I think he's still a fantastic keeper, but he's just too injury prone now at the moment, Frank.
He is, and this is why we've got this Marmadish Valley, whatever his name is. That's why we've got him. And the Anfield says, what I'd like to know is Slot going to be like Klopp, an overachiever with an underperforming transfer budget? I want this man backed, or whoever, in reinforcements. It's obvious one is leaving.
It's a very good point, Anfield Roar.
It's a brilliant point.
I think a lot of people will give credit to FSG for Klopp's success, and really the success under Klopp was down to Klopp and the players and what he got out of the players. And yeah, I mean, I don't think that another manager does that. Slot, if he manages to do that, you'll still get the same gobshites that will say that's down to FSG. You know, regardless, I would like to see FSG invest in the club. You know, if we win the Premier League, why not win it next season? Why not build for next season, rather than, you know, put the foot off the pedal like we did the last time we won the Premier League? You know,
shocking that what we did.
it was absolutely shocking, the fact that we had central midfielders playing in defence because FSG wouldn't get up after you know what and cough up the money. And nobody can, the stigma of like anyone that questions these owners or question the investment is, oh, you just want us to spend like Manchester United or Man City or Chelsea. No, I don't. I just want them to
But why
spend
do
when
people
necessary.
say that? You know, that's an excuse. We don't want to be spending loads on it. And these are fans.
Well, the
We
reason
don't
why
want to be like Manchester City. We don't want to be like Newcastle. We don't want to be... Fuck off. We won't play.
The reason why they're saying it, Frank, and I'm blessing you again, the reason why they're saying it, Frank, is because the clique are putting that stigma out.
I know.
And they are wrong for doing it. And the less people that tune out of them and tune in to people that actually speak the truth and are open to opinion, then, like yourself, like AKM LFC.
You come under fire. You come under fire.
And we have done. We have done.
All the time.
Yeah, we have done.
Love it. They love it. I'm telling you. I'm talking about FSG, love it. Anyone who criticises, then gets lambasted by our own fans. By these, as you call them, little cliques.
Exactly. And look at the PR guy. This was around the time of Kamoli, who got sacked because he threatened the fan online because the fan was saying that he was like your man Chang is his name, Michael Chang, and he was the something communications or something like that. He was head of PR. And basically, there was this fan online saying that he was a mole, he was leaking stuff, leaking information. And this fella went up and he says, I'm going to drag up as much dirt on you as possible, and it's going to be online.
Absolutely.
And no one said much about that at all, So it's the same now, like FSG, manage expectations. You have a clique. You have journalists, you have certain podcasters and YouTubers. They all are linked together, every single one of them.
Well, at half time, we brought these lads on. These four. We brought them on. Made all the difference.
Made all the difference.
Look at them.
Especially the Italian Don Juan there.
The 70s Italian porn star, someone put up. I showed a picture where it was about 30 or something like that. It looks like a 70s Italian porn star. My mum's not listening. Anyway, Mr. Dubs, all the way from America, we just absolutely smoked a team that has 2 losses in 18 months. That second half was just a dominant display. Unreal. Yeah. Kelleher has been, capital letters, unbelievable too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the
saves, Nate.
Yeah. The 2 saves in quick succession where he was basically on his ass, got up, saved, got up and saved again. Unbelievable. I mean, he's a fantastic. We're very lucky, Ireland. Well, we're not really. We've got 2 fantastic goalkeepers. It's just the rest of the squad that's crap. But like Kelleher is amazing, absolutely amazing.
He should be in Hollywood because he's a cracking looking fella, isn't he? He never seems to smile. He's just carries on with the job.
He's really down to earth apparently as well. But
yeah, look at that. No, you're right there. Frank, you've been stuck on 733 subscribes for months. I know I have. But sometimes I went up, I had 737 and I went, oh, it's gone up. And then I come back down again to this. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, we're going to have you on our show, Frank, probably next week. And we'll do a cool show and hopefully try and get you a few subscribers there with Adam.
Well,
We'll try and promote it as much as we can for you.
Okay.
We need to get Frank to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. Make Frank Christmas number 1.
Number 1, but 1K, that'd be good. That'd
1K,
be good.
yeah.
And Neil Broderick, did you see Clattenburg making a fool of himself, calling Gakpo goal offside? No, I never seen him. I was watching. Funny enough, I was watching an Irish, all Irish lads. What's his name? Oh, blimey! He used to be Nottingham Forest. Martin O'Neill.
Martin O'Neill, yeah.
And he had a dig at Liverpool, you know,
Of course he does.
you know, at half time. He was having a dig at Liverpool. And I couldn't have time, you know, to see what he, you know, at full time, what the panel was saying. But he has a sly little dig to Martin O'Neill. Frank, if Arnie wins the title or the CL this season, I bet Madrid will come in for him next summer. I think I really
for Arne
believe.
Slot.
Yeah, I really believe that Xabi's going there.
Oh yeah, so, yeah, absolutely.
But after tonight's result,
But why would Arne Slot go to Real Madrid?
Yeah, only to be sacked.
Yeah, I mean,
only to be sacked. I forget his name. Boschko, was it Boschko? Something like that. He's won the Champions League, but he didn't win the league. I'm going back, say, like the last 10 years. Why do I keep doing that? Go back the last 10 years. And that's just go back the last 10 years. And he won the Champions League. Didn't win the league, you know, the La Liga, and was sacked.
Yeah, it just goes to show it's crazy. Football's gone crazy. Gone crazy.
I don't know. I just, I'm telling you now, Curtis Jones looks unbelievable and Gravenberg looks so silky.
So silky.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm being honest here, Darren and Sean and everyone on chat. I'm made up about Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
I've always had faith in the lad. I really have. Because you can see the talent he has.
Yeah. He's got he does have the potential and the talent. It's just doing it consistently.
Yeah. But he's been playing great. Do you ever remember, was that last season? Was it last season or the season before? I forget now. And he came in the last 10 games. No, it was the season before, the last 10 games when we finished, like, when we got champions. Or no, he got in that UEFA bloody cup thing. And he came in for the last 10 games of the season and he was unbelievable. He was brilliant. And the start of last season, he was brilliant, then got injured.
Yeah.
And he got sent off. And that knocked all his confidence.
He's been very unlucky. Same with Elliot. He's been very unlucky with injuries and what have you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I agree with you there, Steve, because any road stand needs pulling down and rebuilding by a top-notch building. I said that when they brought in Buckingham, when the due diligence, obviously, the owners have said, get the cheapest. And they brought in a contracting firm that was going under. I was looking at the Fulham project that they were doing, and they nearly went into administration, and only for Liverpool getting them, they never went into administration, but that doesn't save you. That doesn't, if you know your economics, that doesn't save you.
And isn't it amazing how it happened with Carlyle, who did the main stand?
Carlyle, yeah.
They went into administration.
Yeah. Well, they never finished our hospital.
Mm.
And it took months. The government never fucking came in to finish it off. Honestly. But you know what I mean? It's just wrong. It's wrong.
Absolutely.
What gets me about that new stand is this. When the plans came out, I thought, why don't they just fucking round it off at the corners? They've got two big stupid things. Why don't they connect the main stand and the Kenny Dalglish stand? Why don't they just connect them instead of those stupid things?
I think, like, what I was looking at, like, or when I was watching the game, there was a comment saying about the main stand, and it's almost making the Kop look smaller, which of course it is. The Kop should have been the focal point of the stadium upgrade. There's like, to not have the Kop, the biggest stand was just a massive mistake, and it's a mistake made by owners that don't know the club, that don't know the significance of the Kop. If they maybe had looked at, what they did with White Hart Lane, they could have built around the original stands while we're still using them, and then during the summer, then finish off the work. That's what we could have easily done, and we could have pushed up Annie Road, moved up the field a little bit, and then build inwards from the Kop, and have it, because even Everton's new stadium, their home stand is much taller than Kop. Now, I didn't know that they stack shit that high, but, sorry, I have to bless myself there. But yeah, no, they have to, they should have done something with the Kop. They should have done something.
Of course, well, they say it's all ongoing and everything else, but those bloody corners really piss me off. They really do, and they should do something about them. And bring in Liverpool contractors. We've got contractors here that would do it without going under. Tight bastards, that's what they are. Anyway, we're getting back to when, they wasn't invested. And look at that. Fabinho and Enzo played centre-backs versus City.
The ghost of Stevie G is telling you to shush with the cursing. Look. Sorry.
The ghost of Anfield. The ghost of Anfield. The Anfield are exactly sure these defenders of FSG calling them geniuses and all that crap don't have a clue who is actually the genius of the club.
Well, I mean, I only saw on my Google search there, genius. This is what they say. Genius Richard Hughes does something for Liverpool to increase their title boost or something like that. And I can't remember what site it was from. It was such clickbait. I just opened it up and tried to kind of sift through it and get a gist of it. And of course, all these adverts come up. It's all clickbait. Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't put any things up, these clickbait things, you know what I mean? I could easily put on Jones, right, equals Real Madrid, right? And question marks, exclamation marks, followed. And people will go on it, wow, Or put a name up, say like Frimpong for Liverpool, question mark. Say, so people will come on it. I'm not like that. I just want people to come on the show. We discuss their things.
Yeah, I know plenty of that do that, and fairly well-known channels that do that, Frank. And after a while, of subscribing to them, you tend to kind of see it for what it is. These people are more in it for the money, and if they're doing it full time, okay, fair enough. But don't try and insult my intelligence by telling me we're going to get Mbappe because Mbappe stepped foot on John W. Henry's yacht. Don't try and tell me that FSG are selling the club when they're not. I'm sure they will at some stage, but don't give me that spiel. And there are plenty of them that do that. What we do with AKM LFC is we sift through it. We say, right, we think that's bullshit, and we open it up for discussion. And I think that's the best way to do it, and that's what you do, Frank.
Well, Steve says Frank City now lost 3 games on the bounce. Senior staff leaving Arsenal. This is our season to win. We'll get to that. Even if Franco wants Seanino.
That's definitely going on a jersey, IBR.
The IBR.
I might get a Brazilian jersey. If Anthony can pretend to be Brazilian, I'm going to buy a Brazilian jersey and I'll have Seanino.
Isn't he awful, him?
He's dreadful.
Do you remember when Lucas played for us? Our kids were like that.
Oh, Lucas, yeah.
No fucking Sweden, then. And his blonde hair. What kind of a Brazilian is he?
But look at.
He's a Swede.
Well, I'll tell you, Anthony's not. He's adopted. There's no way he's Brazilian.
The more Kelleher, I agree, there plays well, the more his price increase. Absolutely. IBR, it is a premier to say that Slot is better tactically than Klopp or
Yes.
at least more adaptable. I don't know. You've got to. He's won fuck all yet. He's won absolutely fuck all. And I don't like that kind of sorry. I should have put my altar boy uniform on. My mother's mates, when I walked in, I had to get changed in the house. They had to walk along the bloody church because something was happening in the vestry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had to get changed. And my old girl's mates were in the house and went, would they make a lovely priest? Would they make a lovely priest? Just as well that they've all passed on. Oh, Frankie.
I'll tell you.
Anyway.
Father Carlyle.
Father Frank. IBR. There's a premier to say, he's won nothing. I understand that. I understand where you're coming from. And he's done 14 out of 16 wins, which is unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Point is, up to now, he's won nothing. But we can say it at the end of the season. Look, he's brought no one in.
No.
He hasn't brought one. He's brought one. Well, he hasn't really. It's the appeasement of Chiesa.
Don't get me started with that.
And so that one player hasn't played a fucking game, if you know what I mean. Not only that, but he's playing Klopp's lads, every single one of them. And I've seen his pods where it was great, it was a pathetic spin. And what it was, do you know when Alisson Virgil came into the side, right? It wasn't Klopp who brought him. It was Edwards. Edwards gone out and seen him. Oh yeah, we're gonna get these.
Sure, he nearly botched up the time that we were going for Virgil van Dijk during the summer. He nearly botched that up.
Yes.
To the point where we nearly got a transfer ban.
Yeah.
So people have short-term memories, I think.
Neil, special mention to our fans, the 12th man.
Absolutely.
They were great tonight. They were great at the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the way we want it. Every week, get behind the lads. Callum, 22-23, 5th place. Yeah, that's what I must have said about it. That's what I must have said about, the season that we finished 5th and we got into the Europa League. Jones played unbelievably well. Gary the Richards. 4-0 on fire. Absolutely, Gary.
Tally ho, Gary.
Absolutely. Oh, there's me mate, Jeffrey Hunt. No, it's not. Language, Grandad. You're gonna get your fucking head kicked in. Me and my mate went for a mate of ours, And through this. That's all. That's all us. We were men, like men. You know what I mean? In our late 20s, 30. And he came out. He came out of his house. And he had these scarves tied around his wrist. And we're standing there, waiting for him. And he comes out and he's got the money. You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. And he's looking at him like, no, you're not going like that, are you? He said, no. He said, have you seen them fucking idiots? He said, oh, he took them off. He was just, this is what idiots do.
Oh, sure, look.
Would you agree with this? Keller is worth at least 40 mil.
Yeah, I would actually. I mean, I know goalkeepers aren't, they don't usually go at a high price. But if you look at some of the goalkeepers on the market and how much they are, you'd have to say Kelleher is at least 40 million. I think if we get 20 million, it's ridiculous.
Oh, well, yeah, 20 million last, even the season before.
Yeah.
When we thought that he was going. Kieran, top of the league, Champions League, we did then.
Absolutely. Sorry, Frank, can I just go back to what IBR said about is it premature to say that Slot is better tactically than Klopp, or at least more adaptable? I think you need to word that a bit differently. I think Slot is doing well and getting results out of the players he has. That does not necessarily make him better than Klopp. You can't compare like for like, because you can't say what Klopp would have done, this season. So you can't really make that comparison.
No, absolutely. Callum, from last season, right? From last season, obviously, love Verge, Ali, Salah, Robbo. And Jeffrey Hunt. Have you been drinking, Grandad? And do you like the Guinness? I don't like Guinness.
You don't like Guinness? Oh.
No.
Frank.
I don't drink anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No. No, I do on special occasions.
Yeah. I don't drink that much, but I do drink Guinness.
Yeah. But I told you though, never mind.
If you have a bad pint of Guinness, you're done for the week.
And Chris says, second half fireworks, although I don't think slow build-up suits. I prefer storm and start Anfield, but certainly second half was worth the wait. A great performance. Congrats to our team. And Arnold Slot too.
I think if the slow build-up results in a 4-0 win, it doesn't matter. It's a game of two halves, and I think if we can get the 4-0 win and not get any injuries, like we're getting quite a lot of injuries under Klopp. So if that slow build-up helps, keep our players fit, I think it's well worth it if we can get the results.
Yeah. And Jeffrey says, I go back to when Steve Iway was playing. I go back to when Roger Hunt was playing. And Ian St. John, Big Ron Yates, Peter Thompson, Ian Callaghan. Callum, can you see my comment before that one? I just read it out.
From last season, obviously not Virgil, Ali, Salah, Robbo.
Oh.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Free speech.
Yeah, I had Guinness tonight in the pub. Guinness.
Jeffrey, Bailey's now. Bailey's good. Oh, here we go.
There we go. No, I haven't. As I said before, if you would have heard me, Kelvin, the end of the season, it's great now. It's great now. And I'm amazed up that he's brought in these lads, not from fucking Bournemouth. Not from Bournemouth. These lads from these Dutch lads.
The other thing, Kelvin, is the club knew the Klopp was leaving in November, and the whole organisation of the manager, the backroom staff, was all over the place. All over the place. We were still bringing in new coaches a week before or a week after the league started. Now that to me is not great organisation. So we I think we're clutching at, or you may be clutching at straws to kind of big up Edwards. I will never look at Edwards and say, "Oh, fair play to you for leaving the club and then coming back," when our most successful manager in Premier League history left us. There's no question over why he left us. There's no one asking that question, or why Ward left. So I'm not, bigging up.
You've only got to, if you've got a brain, a little fucking cell. Not talking to you, sure. You've got a little cell here, I think a brain's here,
Yeah.
If my physiology is correct, I think there's something inside there, it's got all these cells. And if you've got a fucking brain, one little cell, and you look at the big picture, and you see Edwards saying there, I'm leaving. Fuck off there. Leave. Ward 6 months later, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Fuck off, leave there. Then all of a sudden, they're brought back. Why? Why the fuck was they brought back? Once you leave Liverpool Football Club, my fucking club, fuck off and stay away. That's what I say. This is our club. This is my club. This is the fans' club. Not fucking Hughes. Not Edwards. Not fucking Ward.
Absolutely.
We brought the club up. It's us.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more. I don't know why people are buying into the, oh, Edwards is great, or Julian Ward is great, or Hughes is great. People have been brainwashed.
One pod called them, you're not going to fucking believe this, the Messi and Ronaldo. Honestly, that's Ward and Edwards. The Messi, you know when they come back, the Messi and Ronaldo. I thought, what the fuck are these? What are these?
But why are we so gullible as a fan base that we're actually accepting that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you speak out, if I speak out, I'm told, go support a local team. You're told you're plastic.
Yeah.
You're not a real fan.
Stop calling me fucking granddad, by the way, Jeff. Okay. Cheers, fella. Got a fucking name. Just like you. Okay.
I actually thought he was related to you. That's why
No, he's fucking nothing
okay.
to me.
Okay. Because I was wondering.
Callum, it must not have come through. I was saying we can only compare 23-24 Klopp to Slot 24-25. With what they can do with the same squad, so far so strong. But if Slot wins the UCL or Prem with this squad, there you go. There you go. We'll see. Because as I said, he hasn't.
No.
He hasn't one player. He's playing with Jurgen Klopp's squad. Every fucking single one of them.
Jeffrey, sorry, Frank.
One of them. What?
I'm gonna have to cut in. Jeffrey, if you're not gonna have respect for Frank, get off. That's it. Plain and simple. Just have a bit of respect. No one's disrespecting you. Yeah.
And you don't get hangover with Baileys. You will with brandy, says Kieran. I like a Baileys.
Baileys is good.
I like a Baileys. Yourself.
Yeah.
That's right. So he's just fucking ignored Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Just the arsehole he is.
I think I might call him Mike.
Jeffrey, don't disrespect my Frankie.
Yeah, Darryl, they were coming out. I'll tell you, in their droves, like we had it there on Monday.
It's surprising, isn't it? You know the way some people react. Yeah. And the likes of the Darryl, he's 6'6" and weighs 245. Big Darryl. Jeffrey, don't disrespect my Frankie.
Touchy feelings, he says. Not touchy feelings, just respect. That's all.
It's not touchy feelings, you arsehole. It's do I call you a name? I call you Jeffrey Hunt.
Or Mike.
Or Mike Hunt. You see what I mean? It's as simple as that.
Oh.
I'm giant haystack.
Oh, giant haystacks. I'll tell you, I'll give you a good story. I was a big fan of wrestling back in the day, and I was in Warrington. That's where Martin lives. And Martin, he used to hang out with the family of the British Bulldog, Davy Boy Smith, and he brought me to the grave of Davy Boy Smith when I was over for the Legends game, which was just amazing. But yeah, it was a massive there we go, Jeffrey, you keep going. I'm gonna see if I can do something to report him.
Anyway,
So silly.
Olzog from Runcorn, is he from Runcorn?
Yeah.
Just a fucking wool then, isn't he? Just an arsehole. Callum. Frank, will you like fish and cook you like a pasta? I think the Guinness is setting in there. The Ottoman guys, just ban him from the chat. I can't.
I'm reporting him on this, so.
And Bellends, he calls him as well. The Ottoman.
Yeah. And then they're surprised when you block them. Isn't it funny?
Yeah. And he says, Daryl says, Jason Block, he's not here. He's not here, Jason, unfortunately, or he was just got shot.
I'm blocking him now.
Column. He's got it right there. Nah, leave Jeffrey. He will cook him. We will cook him in the chat. Just ignore him. You just ignore dibs, honestly, you do. Seen too many of them.
Plenty of them.
Especially wolves, what you call wolves. I'm on Guinness 0 now because of my recent events. It's not too bad. So,
yeah, I've heard people drink Guinness 0 and it's actually quite good.
What is it? Do you know? Some seconds off from the Red Stat, mate. Curtis Jones, a class apart tonight. Up arms, mighty Reds. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm delighted to see Jones play as well as he did.
Jeffrey the Mike.
He probably likes curling. I'm knitting.
Jeffrey Hunt is more entertaining than Man United.
Oh God.
Jeffrey, not Jeffrey Hunt. Yeah, he's a bank, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He must be. No. Anyway, so do you think this team of ours? Don't forget, we've beaten a very good side.
German side, absolutely. Yeah.
And as you said, a German side. We bounced 4-0. We just destroyed them. Right? Yeah. We're top of the league. I'm not talking about the Champions League, which we are. I'm talking about the Premiership. Now, to be top of the league, City are going through a terrible, and so is Arsenal.
Yeah.
So is Arsenal. Do you think, now, this is what worries me. Do you think that we can stay there, right, if we don't burn out? And this is why, in January, if we're there, still there, after Christmas, say at Christmas, top of the league. And we've been in this scenario before, by the way, where we've been top of the league, but we didn't invest. And we decided, remember, everybody said it, we were tired of, when we were going after the 2 quads, we were tired.
Yeah.
Without investment.
And I mean, do you know what? People out there don't actually realize if we had maybe made 1 signing or 2 signings that January, on those 2 years, we could have got the quads. That could have been the difference. And they chose not to do it. They chose to give us the spin. We can't compete financially. we can't do this, we can't do that, you know. And then our players suffered with fatigue and injuries, and we didn't get the quad. So do I think that we will do it at the end of the season? I think this round of fixtures until December will tell the tale, but only a bit of it. We still have to get through Christmas, and we still have to get through till the end of the season, in the hope that we don't have a major injury or a player doesn't, you know, lose form or whatever. Like there's talks of Chiesa going in January, which to me,
it sums everything up, doesn't it, about them? That's in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Because at the beginning, I said when we were interested in Chiesa and the price. Now I love Italian. I'm half Italian, and I love Italian football. I love Serie A, and I follow two teams over there. That's Inter and Napoli, only because of my grandparents and that, and uncles. Now the thing is, when we were Brian, I said this is an appeasement. He's injury prone.
Yeah.
He's injury. There's no way Juve would get rid of a top class player for that amount of money. He's injury prone, and I said that at the time. And look, we're in November. And what's he done for Liverpool? Has he played? He came on. I don't know what it was. Fucking something. Anyway, and Dean says, Dino, have we played anyone yet? This is the thing that's been said, you know, by other supporters.
Yeah.
He played no one. No, we've only played Chelsea. No, we've only played Arsenal. No, we've only
United.
Exactly. But are they a team?
AC Milan.
Yeah. AC
Milan, like, you know.
Yeah. No, you know, but AC, they just trounced Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
They just trounced them.
And we bet them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, you could say we're not been tested, but every game is a test. I mean, we lost to Forest.
Yeah, but other says I was talking to a few German fans in town today. I asked them if they fancied their chances, and they all said they would get beat. And Liverpool far too strong. I was surprised. And Kieran says he's from Runcorn, and the first place to have a Man United supporters club outside Manchester. I just agree. Nobody was courteous in 2022 UCL final machine that day, like a prime Buffon performance. Buffon was brilliant. Great goalkeeper. It was Gianluca Buffon. And Callum, Villa 8 p.m. kickoff Saturday. I'll be having a thing on, you know, we'll talk about the game on Thursday night. I would like Kerkers at left back and Zubamendi in January. So would I. So would I, IBR. Honestly, I would love that.
I don't think we'll get Zubamendi.
But I agree with what Steve says here.
Yeah.
If FSG back Klopp with 50-60 in the January windows, Klopp wins more than one title. FS failed, Klopp plays. Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. 100%. And Neil says, That was a cracking comment. Arsenal fans are on another level. They are most delusional fans in the play. Yes, they are.
So are Man United fans.
Oh, the Man United fans.
My
Yeah.
God, them talking about Amaran. Amaran rejected Liverpool, and honest to God, it's like as if they've won the Premier League with him. It's hilarious.
Well, that was a foregone conclusion. That was a foregone conclusion what they'd come out with.
Of course, he's hardly going to say I went for the money. You know, come on.
Dean says it's time for some Liverpool fans to drop all the previous bollocks about Curtis Jones. Totally agree. Time to put some respect on his name. Absolutely. The lad's a class act and in the team on merit because he's good enough, not because he's scout. Absolutely. He's not Championship standard. He's Champions League standard. Take a bow, Curtis.
Yeah, couldn't agree.
In our team.
Couldn't agree more.
That's a brilliant comment. That's the comment of the night. Comment of the night, lad. Well done, Zeno. Absolutely made up with that.
Callum came in there with a good comment after that.
That's a cracking comment. I'm glad we didn't get Amaran. Slotted right.
Slotted in. Love it.
The slot machine.
Brilliant.
So listen, you won't be able to join me on Thursday, will you? Oh yeah, look at the. Hang on, I'll get my secretary over.
Hold on a second. Go back 10 years. let me just ask my secretary. Could I do Thursday? They want me to do Thursday. Yeah. Should be able to fit that in. Yeah.
That's okay because do you know who we've got on?
Who?
George and Jeffrey Goulden.
Brilliant.
So how about that? How about that for the lineup?
Brilliant. I'd be up for that.
Because Jeff, as you know, can I just show it, please? Can I just show this?
What are you doing with me watch, though, Frank?
I'm giving it to Jeff. Don't tell Anfield, bro. And he's launching his book. I've actually been invited down to this. And it's Klopp's Last Stand. There will be official page on the store's website to register for free tickets. It's at Waterstones, November the 11th, 6:30. And that bloody day, I'm giving a talk about the gunpowder plot. But I'll be there. I'll be there for Jeff.
Remember the 5th of November.
Exactly.
That's a great film, V for Vendetta, by the way. I know I'm kind of going off a little bit.
Yeah. No, I never ever watched it, actually.
Oh, it's good.
Never ever watched it. But this is what it's all about. So Jeff, the author of, he's written loads, by the way. Jeff, he's one of Liverpool's top writers about Liverpool Football Club. Very successful and very much admired by the Liverpool.
I'm getting stuck into the book there, Frank's book, or sorry, not Frank's book, George's book.
The Lost Yankee Boy. Yeah.
So I'd love to actually have George on our show as well and do kind of a book review and talk to him about
it. He will do it. You can ask him on. You can actually ask him. Ask Jeff as well.
Yeah, no, I'd love to have the two of them on.
Really good. Because Jeff, as I said, is fantastic. He really is. He's a great writer. He's written loads of stuff. And Klopp's Last Stand, I believe, is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. The only thing is that I'm trying to delete my Amazon account after the issue I had with Amazon, so I don't know whether I'd be able to get Jeff's book anywhere else, but if I can, I definitely will.
Well, I've written something in it, you know.
You've written?
Yeah, he said, would you do it? I said, yeah, sure. So I'd written it and I just sent it on to him. And I said, edit it, take whatever. I said, whatever. And he went, no, I'm putting it. He got back to me. He said, this is brilliant. He said, I'm putting it in its entirety.
You're doing a book with Jeff?
No. It's in that book, what I've written.
Wow.
Klopp/Stamp.
Yeah.
And he said, would you write something? I said, yes, sure. So I did something, so I sent him that.
Oh, amazing.
I said, you can edit it, take whatever you want out or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, no, I'm putting it in its entirety. It's good. So.
There was an Instagram page that was dedicated to Klopp, and they actually did a book for him. And it was like, it was really brilliantly done. They were trying to send it to him, but I don't think they managed to. But I managed to have me 2 cents and how much Klopp meant to me. How Steve doesn't like KKMFC. Oh, well.
The best second fans channel to watch is the Spurs fan channel called Expressions. Best fans channel is Frank's. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Frank, your channel should be there's no way that it should be under 1,000 subscribers.
I think my cunt will disagree there with you there, Steve. I think my cunt. Anyway, better check with your agent, Sean.
Checking with me agents.
That's about coming on Thursday. Gonna have to tell Jeff I got one of his books. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff I got one of his books.
The book is right there. I'm about to read it after this show.
What's this? Ticks inside. What's that? Is that a drink or something?
That's kind of a prank thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, listen, boys and girls, I'm going to finish tonight, Sean and I. It's been great.
Absolutely. And it's been great to come on again, Frank, and we will eventually have you on our show. I don't think it's going to be a live one, but I think it's going to be a good one. We'll sort something out, maybe do it on a Wednesday when you're not doing anything, or but it'd be good having you on.
Yeah. Kieran says the graphics novel better than the film V Vendetta.
Is it? Okay. Must check that out.
I haven't seen it, I must admit.
Well, I've given you 3 films to watch.
I know. I can't. What I can't stand that.
Yeah, but you don't know. You haven't tried it.
I can't fucking stand him.
No, he's brilliant. Honest to God, you will be kicking yourself. You'd be kicking yourself. So I'm not asking to watch all of them. The first one, Casino Royale. The second one, Spectre. And the last one is No Time to Die. So by watching all of those 3 in that order, you'll get the gist of the story, because all of the films...
I understand that. I can't. It's like me going to Goodison and having to sit there through the season. I'm sure. And I've met them.
You can't.
I've seen them in the ground. Interviews his granddad and everything.
I'm telling you, you're missing out.
Well, anyway, Callum says, big win. Up the Reds. Great stream onto Villa at the weekend. Thank you, Callum. Thank you, my friend. And I had an hour, but it was top notch. What's that? I had an hour, but it was top notch. Is that a film? I don't know. I had an hour. Must be talking to
I
someone.
don't know.
Must have said so. I didn't mean to have 10 pints, just helping through my problems, but don't worry, Reds. I'm okay, Kieran. Yeah, Kieran, listen, you know, we're all behind you. Like Daryl Merry, you know. We're all behind you, honestly. All the chat.
And that's the great thing about this channel, you know.
And Steve says, loads of LFC pods doing live follow-ons today. Each channel had 3 to 4 fans watching. Yeah.
He's trying to have roll.
Yeah. Yeah, that IBR, yeah, he's case him, isn't he? He's always late. He's always late. Sorry, Frank, I missed the first hour of the stream.
We're gonna have to arrange to your schedule, IBR.
Yeah, we'll have to. IBR, don't be worrying. You know, so instead of like post matches starting at 10 o'clock, we'll start at 11, so that you'll be in, so you can watch the whole of the stream, so you can criticize and whatever. Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you, Frank.
Tonight. It's really
always
been
a pleasure.
Good. See you on Thursday.
You will, of course. My agent has approved it.
No, don't forget, you know, Saturday morning. Don't forget Saturday morning, right? What have you got to do Saturday morning?
I'll be sure to tune in at some stage, I hope. If I'm
well,
not
you've
dead.
got to give a fucking review. Yeah, see, you forgot. I mean, I told you to watch 2 films.
I do, yeah, I will. I promise you.
Okay. Because you've got to give a review of them. That's why I say to the people, here's a film to watch. Or there's a series to watch.
Yeah, I'll do a review on it.
I only pick good ones out.
Well, I'll tell you, I was pleasantly surprised with not knowing the other one. Family Man.
Isn't it really clever?
It's like I won't go into it because then I'll be giving away what I'm doing on Saturday.
So give it out on Saturday because you're doing the 2 reviews, you see. Very clever films, the pair of them.
Yeah.
You know, we'll discuss knowing because it really sends a message out what's going on today and what's gone on in the past. And it brings it right up to the fore. It's as simple as that. And the IBR starts laughing. Because we'll start at 11 o'clock in the night, post matches. And I'm praying for Scottish Bear fully recover. Why? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? No.
Who's Scottish Bear?
He was a lad, you know. He was on here, the Scottish Bear.
He's not well.
I don't fucking know. I hope not. I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay.
What's wrong? I'll stay on a couple of more minutes. Will you let us know what's wrong with him, please? Please let us know. And if you're in touch with him, send him. Well, we don't know who the new president is yet. I hope it's Trump, because he's the only one who'll get rid of the swamp. I'm very political, by the way, and I follow both sides. I follow the EU, which are fucking useless. Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
I hope they've caught it on time anyway, at least.
Yeah. Do me a favour, Steve. Will you please get a message out to him from me? Fuck's sake. Big Red as well. Big Red.
Oh, it bloody affects every family, doesn't it? It's a horrible thing.
It's got no respect for anybody.
No,
That disease. No
it's
respect.
odd. It's affecting my family at the moment. It's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
absolutely horrible. You know.
yeah. You know, and people don't realise that I'm sitting in here. I'm sitting there, and I'm in constant pain.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, yeah,
and this is what I say to people. You know, especially when they come online. Um, you don't know what kind of mood people are in, and you can't be going off and insulting people. You got to respect people and respect their mental health, because you could say something that can throw someone over the edge, you know, and it's all about respect. I mean, I saw a horrible thing there the other day, and it was a Man United YouTuber who was doing a match review after the Chelsea game, and there was a racist remark made, which was horrible. It was just completely unnecessary. Not that any sort of racism was necessary, but the effect that that had on him. So, you know, people can be. You just gotta have a bit of respect. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't cost you anything, you know. So I hope Scottish Bear. I've never met the person, or I've not seen him on the chat, but I genuinely I hope, you know, that he's okay. You know.
I know. You know, it's like the chat. You know, Steve's come out and said about the Scottish Bear. You know, he's a fighter and everything, which is great. You know, and we do all. And we had Daryl Merry who lost his wife suddenly. You know, and you've got Keir who also went through a bad time most recently, just like Daryl Merry. And now we have the Scottish Bear, and it always runs in fucking trees, to be honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's hope everything
That's why
turns out.
that's why it's so important to hold on to this sort of community where you're there for each other, and no one is messing about or acting the idiot on it, you know. And that's what we've tried to do with AKM LFC as well. So, you know, Steve, I don't want to be falling out with you, but you know, make
Well,
things
the
right with
idea
Alan. I'm not
is
sure.
this is how lucky we are. You know, I've always said about, well, made
Yeah.
that. Every day is a blessing, and it is when you wake up. You know, you've
Yeah.
got a new day because you're there, you're talking, you're walking about, or like me trying to make a cup of tea, which you do in the end. You know, so it's things like that that we're lucky. We are lucky, and there's some unfortunate. That's
Absolutely.
why I have like a current affairs program on a Friday, where people, well, anyway, just let's hope we are. Karen, I have a master's degree in film.
You should
You'll have
come
to
on
come on.
Saturday.
Yeah, you'll have to come on,
Yeah.
Kieran, and we talk about films, you see, and TV series, by the way.
Well, believe it or believe it not, Kieran, I don't have a master's degree in most things, maybe in talking rubbish, but I'm doing blessings for Frank when he curses. But
He's a closet priest.
but there was a particular job that I was in, and I used to do for a magazine that we made. I used to do music reviews and film reviews. So, you know, this is right down my alley Saturday.
It is, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Everything gets brought into the fore. Have you noticed? You know, that is it's a sort of disaster film, and
Yeah.
I don't. I try not to do disaster films because
I
everything
know.
comes
Yeah.
in there. Everything, you know, people are going, well, look what's happening over there, you know. I live every day as a smart, so do I, to be honest. I have to. I have a PhD in banter. And believe it or not, Steve, I have a PhD in history and English.
Well, I am GLAD to meet you. Yeah, but banter's grand. I mean, banter's good just as long as it's respectful. That's, you know.
Well, listen, exactly. You know, we had that arsehole on before, which was disrespectful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You know.
Just as well that my grandson wasn't like.
I genuinely thought.
You know, it's not like boxing.
Yeah.
He's in a ring, like a cage fucker. He's not a cage fighter. I forget what you call them.
Mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's one of them. He's a big lad.
Well, Frank, I genuinely thought when he came on, I thought he was your grandson. So I was kind of like allowing this kind of, I was like, okay, fine.
Should have looked at his name. I understand that, you know, could have had a daughter, but married a fella.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't think anything of it. And then I saw that and I thought, oh, shit. You know, but there you go.
But anyway, I know you have a PhD in history, Fuzzy. I was seeing Fuzzy, and it's all because of JK, I think. Because I banned JK. Because JK couldn't take a joke off the chat, which is sad. He's a nice fella, JK. But I didn't know his name. He never even told me his name for all the amount of time that he was on my pod. And he never ever showed his face, the lad. But it showed him all the respect that I could give. But once he phoned me up and said, will you stop the chat? And yourself, me, stop saying about chippies. I said, it's a joke. It's a humour.
Yeah.
They have a go at me. You know, I said, you know, they have a go at me as well. But I just said, okay, best leaving the show then, which he did. And that's why he sets up the, which is, there's the irony, he sets up the Champions League fantasy.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Now I get you.
So, hello, champ.
So, hold on, is Steve JK's mate?
Say that again.
Is Steve JK's mate?
No, he just said, I don't know. He said Fuzzy.
Fuzzy's mate.
Yeah, but Fuzzy, you know, he goes on Fuzzy's channel. But he hasn't been able to me. He hasn't. I like Fuzzy because he was good. And he was genuine.
Yeah.
And I had total respect for him, but he hasn't been in touch or anything. He hasn't even commented on the channel ever since JK.
That's a pity.
Yeah.
You know.
And
I mean, I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to be bringing anything over from AKM, LFC, and myself and Steve.
No.
You know, I wish Steve would just get in touch with Adam and just sort it out and whatever. But I just think he was a bit out of line after reading some of the comments and just, you know, life is too short. We're talking about the Scottish Bear and all of that. Life is too short. Let's get on with it.
And as he said before, you know, we live from day to day.
Yeah, so do I.
We all do. And JK owns chip shop stuff.
I would be his best customer. I love chips, so I don't see the problem with that.
Yeah, but don't call him Chippy. You know, all it was he used to come on late all the time. And one of the lads went like that, have you been to chip? Because he mentioned chips one night. He said it was around the Chippy. And so when he came on late again, you know, so one of the lads just said, have you been to Chippy to get curry with it, you know, and things like that. Curry or gravy. And that's what it was like.
Frank, I'll give you a good one.
Saying that?
I'll give you a good one. I was on Cop Talk, as you know, and I used to go on Saturday night steaming or streaming is what it used to be called. And I used to talk about and joke about my dating, online dating and what have you. And I'm a very fussy eater. And I remember joking about this. And I remember one lady I was dating, I went on 5 dates with her. And she says, "Can you send me a list of the food you like?" And this was, I put this up. I sent the list to Dunk from Cop Talk. And this was everybody just broke their shit laughing at it. And we were all laughing at it. We all took it as humor. And we all, I'm sure Dunk, in his Telegram groups or whatever, he talks about and what have you. I still think it's hilarious, that I had to do a list for a lady that I was, romantically linked with,
Involved, yeah.
involved with. But it's all about sense of humor and whatever. But it's just when someone takes the Michael, as I would say, and goes a bit too far, you gotta kind of drag it in. And if they don't take the hint and they start getting offensive and start saying, "I'm going to, say this about your channel," or whatever, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous talk. Like why I'm back on YouTube with Adam is to try and kind of create a alternative to the mainstream crap that is out there, and help out other channels like yourself and others, and build a community, because that's what we're missing out on.
Yes.
That's what we're missing out on.
Well, anyway, Steve, I like Fuzzy. If you're in touch with him, tell him, to comment. Love him.
I think he's on me.
Because I've done nothing to him. He's done nothing to me.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. I like him. I've got much respect for him. And he knows his football. And he sits there with his little baseball cap on, giving it loads. And I like that. And Karen says, "What time Saturday morning, Frank? I'm not fucking telling you." It's on at 6:45 a.m., 6:45 in the morning.
I'll get in touch with Fozzie for you.
Okay. And we start off it's 10:30 in the morning, Kieran.
I didn't know they do. I didn't know there was such a time on Saturday morning. Jesus, 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
My Lord.
Well, I said to him, didn't I? I said we're starting at 6:45.
I'd be like
6:45. Anyway, so Kieran, you want to come on 10:30?
Yeah, Kieran, that'd be good crack. We'll have a laugh.
And Frank, JK came from the chippy before he came on your show. Nothing to get upset about. Exactly, there's nothing to get upset about. But he did, and he told me to stop it and stop the chat.
But is that because I thought he worked in a chippy, or did he not?
I haven't a fucking clue. A fucking clue.
But sure, what do you call it? There was someone on the chat here that says, "Oh, Sean's getting a takeaway, or Sean has to quieten the dogs." I was like, that's like me getting mad at that. Like, what? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
Yeah. The thing, no one was personal about it.
No.
Nobody. And it just took offence. So I just said, well, the best thing to do is leave the show.
I remember that show. I remember that show he was calling you out, and I thought, oh Lord, I was like,
I wasn't sure. I just said, well, fuck off. That was it. And he did.
Yeah. I have walked the dogs IPR, absolutely. They were sitting beside me there the last show that I was on with Frank.
So I don't know what to do now, because is it too late to have that Champions League thing?
To delete it?
We'll have to start it again. Is it too late to start it?
I don't
I
know.
don't think it is it really?
But does JK have all the logins?
Oh, fuck him. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's the end. No, it's the fucking end of it.
Yeah.
See,
Well, with Jason,
I never go back,
contact.
Sean, anyone
Yeah.
says anything's wrong to me or you or the chat or anything, that's the fucking end of you.
Yeah. I'm the same.
I did it to a fella, the fucking vase of flowers I brought him up.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't fucking stop talking. Even Jason, he doesn't like, the producer, he doesn't like football. And I was saying to, like, stop it. Stop butting in every fucking time. He was butting in. And I'm talking at every show. Boom, boom. Even George Scott, he was fucking giving it this.
Oh, God.
Butting in all the time. I've got the greatest respect, as you know, and you have for George Scott.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Absolutely.
The lost shine. I said,
What a gentleman.
I said, you're fucking butting in with it. Stop it. And I was warning them all the time. Jason was warning them. Jason doesn't like football. And anyway, we gave him that much. And then one night, I had him and a couple of other people on. And I got that fuck. Do you know what he was doing?
What?
I drink, I drink a cup of tea, as you know,
Yeah.
you've seen me doing that, or a drink, right? He has a bowl. Like, you put your Kellogg's in, one of those bowls.
Oh, God.
And he had noodles in it, right? Now, this is during the fucking pot. And he was like that.
Oh, no. No.
And that was it then.
No.
That was it. And I fucking got rid of him.
Yeah.
And he was I got rid of it. I said, you've been warned, you were fucking warned, now fuck off. You'll never.
No, it's. I mean, out of respect, you can't do that.
You can't fucking do that. Someone said he must have been hungry. Well, he can fucking be hungry on someone else's.
At least turn off your mic and turn off the
camera.
It was out of respect. Yeah.
That was the end of him then.
Yeah. Because, like, Jesus, I mean, Frank, when I come on here, like, if the dogs are acting up, that pisses me off. And it pisses me off because I don't want to disturb your show. So,
Did you see that K-Mac? Yeah.
Who's K-Mac?
Have you seen K-Mac?
No. This is another channel, is it?
No, he came on mine, he came on, he had him on as a guest. And he couldn't talk. And George was on this night. And George was dead upset.
Oh, no.
One night, I lost George for a couple of weeks. Got old. He said he upset me. I said, well, he won't upset me again because he's never fucking darkening my screen again. And anyway, get JK and K-Mac. See, K-Mac, he said, this is on my pod. As I said, it's full of opinions, going in. And he said, I wanted to get rid of Jurgen Klopp 2 years ago, right? Because he's done nothing. This is the same fella who called Edwards and Ward the Messi and Ronaldo of what they do.
Okay, well, I'll be sure not to have anything to do with K-Mac. What the hell?
Honest to God, and people had to go. I fucking had to go as well. I said, you can't say that. And you know what he done? He went, I'm going, I'm fed up with this. Because he was getting not told off. People would have an opinion, say that. You got a fucking brain in your head. Having a go at Jurgen and whatever. Yeah, all of a sudden he forgot what Jurgen did for us.
Jesus Christ.
And that's genuine. And
I can't understand anyone that says they're a Liverpool supporter and attacks Klopp.
Frank K-Mac blocked me from his channel because I follow you. That's how pathetic they are, these people. Block me. You know, and it just shows you, doesn't it? There's a lad named Phillips. Now, he's all right. He's all right, you know what I mean? And I've had him on my show. Now, the point is, and he came on, not came on, he you know, he said good evening on that. You know. And anyway, I won't go near his show because of that. He's always got K-Mac. So I just ignored the show, unfortunately. And he's a nice fella. I like him.
It's difficult. So many personalities. It's not always easy to get the right mix. You know, we try not to block or delete people, but just if it gets out of hand, you've got to.
Yeah.
You know.
We're all right. We're all right. You know, we just come out with their comments. We talk about their comments, and even talking about films.
Yeah.
And Kieran was saying, what time Saturday? What time we going to Saturday? So
yeah.
It's 10:30 Saturday. So don't forget, lads, what have I got tomorrow night? I've got something going on tomorrow night. Sure. I don't know, Jason will be in. Yeah, look, see, IBR. I watched Jamie Phillips and K-Mac was on with him last night. I won't watch Jamie because of him. IBR, honestly.
I don't think I've ever seen this K-Mac fella.
He's got his own channel, K-Mac channel.
It's called K-Mac, is it?
And he was all right at first, but when he started saying about Jürgen, know what I mean?
Long-haired fella.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he says he's from Liverpool. And as the chat says, you're not from fucking Liverpool, you. Know what I mean? Because he isn't. He has, you know, I've got a. Yeah, do you know, someone went to see John Bishop, right?
Yeah.
In a theatre yesterday. And he mentioned me.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
He said he was mentioning about the BBC and things like that. Because I did, you know, Who Do You Think You Are? There's a program, you know, going back in time and talking about his family, you know, his great granddad. And he said when he walks in the room, I've seen John at the match sometimes, you know. Anyway, he said when he walks in the room, he said, "Fuck it, it's Frank Carlyle."
No.
The greatest historian, he said.
That's brilliant.
This is the phone call I'm getting today. And he said, do you know what, Frank? He said, you're not only a great historian, he said, this fella is the best historian in the whole of the country. He said,
I agree. I believe that.
About Liverpool. Honestly, that's what he said.
Yeah, I believe
but he was
that.
joking about me as well, you know, throwing things in.
Because do you know that? Sorry, Frank.
He was taking me off. He was mimicking me. You know?
No way.
Yeah.
Well, they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Well, yeah. This is genuine. I had the flu one day, and I phoned up work. I couldn't go in because I was teaching, you know. So I phoned up my office. And I said, listen, I can't go. I can't. And they said, oh, you know, you don't sound well. This is true, this. I said, oh, you don't sound well. This girl, you know, admin. I said, oh, thanks. I said, I won't be in this week. I said, I've got it. She said, a man flu. I said, yeah. I said, hopefully I'll be okay for next week. So she said, all right, this is genuine, this. Now, this was at 8:30 in the morning, right? 9:30, there's a comedian, right? A comedian, but he's also a radio presenter. And have you heard of Radio Merseyside over here?
Yes, yeah.
Well, it's Sean Styles. And apparently, he was talking about me, like, we see how Frank here, to talk about, he was talking about something. And Sean went like, here he is, there's Frank. So he was mimicking me, right? He had men where he heard it. And he thought it was me. And she went in and went, Frank's been kidding us up. He's at Radio Merseyside, that's why he hasn't come in.
Oh,
That
is brilliant.
That's true.
That is brilliant.
You know what I mean? The next day they phoned me up. And went like, Dad, are you coming in with? He said, no. I said, I'm there. No, you weren't. You were at Radio Merseyside. I said, I wasn't. And I found out a couple of days later that it was Sean Styles.
No way.
Oh, you want to see that up there? You want to see that building? It's absolutely fantastic. And the architect, you should see the details of this. That's what he was fucking saying. And he thought it was me.
That's brilliant.
He is an impersonator, by the way, as well. So.
Very good.
So anyway, I'll finish off right by this. Yeah. And you're right there. K-Mac knows as much about footy as FSG did. Fuck off. Absolutely.
Well, if he's slating Klopp, he certainly doesn't know anything about football. Sorry.
K-Mac from Liverpool is as much as, yes.
I'm sorry. Can I say something?
Go on.
Just after seeing someone that he has actually on his channel, and one of them is this guy called This Is Football, who was partly responsible for the plane flying over Anfield, saying FSG out, himself and another guy by the name of Kurdish Ball. So this guy, This Is Football, would be quite extreme in some of the things that he says, but that's so funny. I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at it here. I'll turn it off.
No. See, the thing is as well, these people, who want FSG out are all FSG in, especially if he's on K-Mac's channel.
So he's FSG in.
Oh, 1,000%. That's what we were going on about. He said,
okay.
In fact, look what they've done for us. Look what, he's the famous, one of these famous, look what they've done for us. And they saved us.
If I hear that one more time.
People don't know economics. I do. I fucking know economics.
Well, there's a great guy on X, Mo Chatra, and he knows his stuff. I think I may have had him on Fenway We Come Not to Pay podcast years and years ago when that was around. And the guy knows his stuff. And one thing that he's mentioned is that on the accounts, Dynasty Equity is not listed as a shareholder of Liverpool, although we were told that they were buying shares in Liverpool. So by the looks of it, they didn't buy shares in Liverpool, they bought shares in FSG. And we won't know until March of next year whether they cleared some of the debt or they've just bought a share in FSG. So we're being lied to.
All the time. All the time. But
so
I
wonder
still
what K-Mac has to say there.
They will sell up, I know that.
I hope so. We'll have a pint of Guinness then that day, I'll tell you that, for nothing, and a Bailey's.
Absolutely. Big Baileys. Big Baileys.
And
Anyway,
I'll buy Steve a pint as well.
yeah.
We're all
And
friends.
he likes the Baileys as well, I think. But anyway,
I'll have a Bailey's with him.
I like Baileys.
It's good
I
stuff.
like Baileys. I have a Baileys when I go out with. I take Francine out every Christmas Eve. And I have done since she was 17 years of age. It's our tradition, just me and her. Dad and
That's
daughter,
lovely.
we go out. All the
And you
time,
have your Baileys.
Oh, wait, Dad. That's all I get from. Oh, wait, Dad. So it's I just love it. My little granddaughter with a little Trent top on.
Oh, that's priceless.
Yeah. She just sat there watching the game. Watching the game with Trent in it.
Oh, hopefully she'll be.
But she was disappointed when he was taken off.
Yeah, Steve, I know he is. I've had him a couple of times. I've spoken to him a couple of times, and that's where most of anyone can study up on this. It's not the fact that I know stuff or anything. Anyone that cares for the club and supports the club can study this up themselves. But Mo Chatra is the go-to person. He knows the stuff, and he just communicates it. I'll get you a glass of milk, Steve. But
I've seen that.
or a fizzy orange or whatever. As long as we're cool, okay? As long as we're cool. But Mo Chatra, he doesn't do any nonsense or anything like that. He just communicates and then he's gone. So he doesn't get involved in any of that stuff. I haven't spoken to him.
That comment, Mo Chatra is a great guy and he knows FSG are taking money out of the club through wages. Thing is, on one, I don't know whether it was Jamie's, because there's only two I follow. Jamie's, and that TV talk, the fellow
Talk
is
TV, Cop Talk. Yeah.
No, it wasn't him. I forget what fucking pod it was. Anyway, it's only one of them. And it said they were saying, look what FSG have done for us. And, they saved us from administration and whatever.
Dunk wouldn't certainly have said that.
Take money out the club.
No.
And I gave a little thing, a little summary. And I gave an analogy as well. I said, if I bought a shop and I don't take money out of that shop for a wage for myself, what's the fucking use of opening a shop? See what I mean? So I gave that analogy. And
that's very true.
That was it, People were having a go at me. People were having a go.
The funny thing, Frank, someone had made a comment about a post I put up on a group, and I don't really go onto Facebook groups because of the crap that you get. But I put up a post and someone went on about their frugal businessmen. They spend whatever. They saved the club, blah, blah, blah. Of course, the guy started insulting me, name calling me. So rather than kind of resort to name calling back, I gave him my spiel. I gave him the facts. He didn't have one response, not one. So the facts are there for people to see. When you advertise on your website, turning customers or turning fans into customers, referring to you, referring to the club, having a sponsorship in Dunkin' Donuts, turning the Hillsborough Flames into a Frappuccino.
Yeah.
We're all forgetting this.
Yeah.
It is the most disgusting thing, and
Well, you know that I say it.
And you've said it for donkey's years. And I was actually going over old chats, believe it, believe not. I think I had yourself and Francine on my Facebook years and years ago. And I remember sending emails, and I probably spammed the hell out of you, but trying to get people on to kind of communicate this on a wide on the mainstream, that this is a major problem and will continue to be a major problem. These people are not the smoke screen was always financial fair play. They've always done one job. Always.
It shows you, doesn't it, that people, they look at owners, these, but it's all spin.
Yeah.
They come up with fabulous spin. They are the good at it. The Americans are very good at it, no matter what profession they're in. They fucking spin everything, whether it's in politics, whether it's in finance, and that's what they do.
But imagine, Frank,
John Henry's from Wall Street. Think about it. Wall Street business.
But imagine, Frank, using your own to put that spin on us. Our own supporters, the big YouTubers and the podcasters and the journalists that told the corporate line to keep their exclusives and perks with the club. They do the spin.
Yeah.
We've been told that Richard Hughes is amazing. What's he done?
Fuck all. That's what I said. Been getting
Nothing.
What's he? I said it weeks ago. What's he fucking done?
Nothing.
But he's brilliant, apparently. He's fucking brilliant.
If you're
And IBR. Now, don't forget, I'm going to tell you something here. And Slot comes into the equation. Did you know that Ward, Edwards, Hughes, and Arnie were mates?
I didn't know that they were all mates with Arne Slot.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
I didn't know that.
So you can imagine when, Edwards was turned around, when he came back, because he was given this title by FSG, John Henry. I've told you I've shook hands with Henry, haven't I?
Yeah, I was saying that to Adam.
The fishman.
Yeah.
Because he's got a fucking shake hand like a fucking wet fish. Anyway. Could you imagine him to the fella from Bournemouth, fucking Bournemouth, saying, how would you like a job at Liverpool? And Hughes has jumped at that. What?
Of course he
and
did.
The same with Arnie.
And the fact that he's done fuck all, and he's been told he's doing a great job of doing fuck all. Jesus Christ, I wish all jobs had that low expectation. Yeah.
Well, IBR says when the dollar collapses, and it will, because the dollarization, you've got bricks. As I said, I'm a political animal. And I know what's going on economically. I'm fucking good at economics. And it's going to collapse. It's going to collapse, and they will sell. I think they'll sell before you know it, to be honest. Sooner rather than later, they'll sell.
I hope so, Frank. I hope so.
And Steve says fans are entitled to their opinions, and they should also be entitled to their fact. Absolutely.
Well, facts don't care about your opinions. Facts are facts.
Yeah, this is I'm going to end on this comment. Frank, Most fans get sucked into spin of lies and deceit as the truth. Most fans can't think for themselves. Absolutely. You are absolutely. Yeah. Edwards, Hughes, Arnie, all good friends before they came into LFC. Jobs for the boys. See that I said that at the beginning. I said he's got a bunch of players there. And that bunch of players are brilliant players. Most of them are world class. So he's got a good basis to kick off with. This is before the start of the season. And look where he is now.
The other thing, just before I go, Frank, is what Steve's saying, most fans get sucked into the spin of lies and deceit as the truth. Also, most fans are manipulated into, if you think otherwise, you're a plastic. So they're absolutely bullied into the way of thinking. And if you don't think that way, you are an outsider, you're an out-of-towner, you're a plastic, you're this, you're that.
I got called a plastic.
I know. You were saying
I
that.
got called, go and support another club.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, you cheeky bastard. Where the fuck are you to tell me to go and support another club?
Exactly.
The finals have been. I used to go there, even as a young lad, 14, 15, go to the likes of fucking Berry, Gig Lane, in cinder tracks, going down to fucking Stoke, going up to fucking Middlesbrough, going everywhere, all over the place. Then Europe, going there, going over to Rome, 77, down to Wembley in 78, over to Paris in 81, back to Rome in 84, been every fucking where. And they're fucking telling me to go and support another club.
Anytime I hear the whole spiel of how often have you been to Anfield, how many games you've been to, my response now is I've been to more games than FSG have. That's my response. I've been to Liverpool and I've been to Anfield more times than FSG have.
The irony, well, what's his name? Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Little Wayne. Little weenie Wayne. And this is when I shook hands with that, me and the Saint John. Anyway, I heard a voice over in the car. There was only me, John Henry, Ian St. John, and this fella over in the corner at the bar. He didn't give a fuck about football. And he went like that, little voice in the car. Hey, John, the steak is down. No, when? Anyway, when he went to Anfield, I don't know whether it was this season or that. No, it was last season when he was over. And he had to ask a steward where the chairman's office was. Think about it. The chairman's fucking office. The chairman should be there every fucking week. Through the week.
I'm reading Steve's comment here. When I buy Liverpool Football Club, I'm going to give you and Shano a job at Liverpool Football Club. You will be a security guard outside the canteen. As long as I can get a chippy.
No, as long as I can see the game.
Yeah, as long as I can see the game, yeah.
Do you know LFC TV? I was on that for a few years, right? I never got one fucking ticket off them to go to the game, you know.
You're kidding.
Not one. Not fucking one.
That's crazy.
But I got to know the players. They became friends of mine, you know. The likes of Ian St. John, the likes of Jan Moby. You know, it was great. Davy Fairclough. You know, Barney Rubble. You know, so, a few of them as well. That John Bradley is the best commentator as well. I love his commentary. You know, on Liverpool games, LFC TV. Love his things. But anyway, I've got to go.
I've got to go myself.
Have you?
I do. But first, I must show you my watch.
So anyway, do me a favour if you can, or some fucking one. It's only because of this, the Champions League, the
It's
final.
amazing.
It's brand new. It's brand spanking. You can actually, smell the newness. Okay, so try and sort something out. RIBR. Frank looks the part as a security as he is the Charles Bronson, as he has the Charles Bronson vibes. Anyway, I'm going, boys. I'll see you all soon. Thank you
Been a
so
pleasure,
much.
lads.
Yeah, it has, and thank you for keeping Sean and myself going. It's been great. Some great comments. Absolutely brilliant, boys. Thank you so much. I'll see you all on Thursday.
I should be there.
Ci vediamo, as the Italians say. Ci vediamo. Ci vedi. Say that. Ciao.